Let's begin our countdown by discussing the least dangerous species first. Number 12, the nurse shark. There have been very few cases of attacks on humans by nurse sharks. Most of the instances of attacks have occurred because the victims have decided to pose for a photograph while holding the shark's tail. I couldn't ignore such absurdity and let this opportunity pass. So here we are today. By the end of the session, you will not only learn how to escape involvements with all the species of sharks, but also feel confident enough to boast about it at parties. Moreover, anyone who knows me can attest to the fact that my previous experience has saved millions of lives of swimmers. It has mainly encouraged them to stay put on the beach and have a drink, so you are in safe hands. Here's some information to know about nurse sharks. Slow and bottom-dwelling animal sharks prefer to nap under rock instead of meeting you in person. Nurse sharks do have small rows of teeth, which are good for killing mollusks. So, if you think you're brave enough and put your arm near the mouth of a nurse shark, you can expect it to clamp down with great force and keep biting your arm for hours. If a nurse shark ever bites you and holds on tight, don't pull your arm, as this will cause bigger damage. Try to relax and push its mouth gently down while getting free at an angle. Once you get away, take care of your injury, just like any other deep puncture. Number 11, the blacktip shark. Surprisingly, blacktip sharks are involved in a great number of attacks in places like Florida, as they prefer to find their prey in the same muddy, shallow waters where humans stand idle, doing nothing useful. Their bites are quick tests, so the shark doesn't actually try to eat you. Rather, it tries to determine whether you are food or not, which is both startling and reassuring. If a blacktip shark strikes you, the good news is that it's done in one go. Thus, you should get out of the water of your own accord, apply pressure to the wound, and avoid any wave movement, since it can be regarded by the shark as injured baitfish movements. Number 10, the lemon shark. Lemon sharks are quite large and love to wander around crowded piers, docks, and shallow bays, almost as if these fishes lead a life similar to that of a person who is always found stuck at the boat ramp parking lot. Caution is advised, as lemon shark attacks are very rare, and most of them happen only when these sharks misidentify their prey in murky waters. Nevertheless, these sharks can grow more than 10 feet in length, and therefore, we can agree that misunderstanding in this case is dangerous. Should you encounter a lemon shark staring too much at your ankles, you must maintain eye contact with it and gently move backwards toward the shore or any vessel, avoiding the slightest chance of turning your back or swimming erratically. Number 9, the blue shark. Blue sharks are found in open oceans and are more curious than aggressive. They have a behavior that researchers have been polite enough to refer to as investigative bumping, which is a nice name for ramming into you with their faces to check what you are. Furthermore, most of the divers attacked by blue sharks were busy with spearfishing when attacked, because the presence of blood and struggling fish in the water sends out a notification to every blue shark in the vicinity saying that dinner is ready. If a blue shark starts circling and bumping you, the best thing to do is to get out of the water, because if you are still spearing and holding a fish caught, the shark is going to come after the fish, and you will simply be in its way. And in the case of getting bitten, try to hit the shark on the snout or gills, because blue sharks tend to disappear quite quickly once they realize they cannot have anything in return. Unfortunately, that is one of the reviews that I have received in my experience as well. Number 8, the sand tiger shark. Sand tigers appear to be something that came out of a horror film, having jagged teeth visible even when their mouths are shut, and this is despite their reputation of being one of the most passive and non-aggressive species of sharks in existence. Most instances of attacks involve provocation of the animals in the form of spearfishing or careless divers. If you ever encounter a sand tiger shark and it suddenly seems to get agitated, it is advisable to back away slowly to allow it to exit without any obstructions, as these animals bite only when threatened, not attacked. Number 7, the oceanic white tip. The oceanic white tip shark is most notorious for being the species responsible for the most attacks on survivors of wrecked ships and crashed planes in open water. It is one of the few species of shark known to willingly approach a crowd of tired human beings that may be struggling in the water. It is aggressive, relentless, and is not impressed by different sizes in people, treating a group of 10 individuals as if it were a buffet for 10. When out in the open ocean being attacked by an oceanic white-tip shark, the best thing to do is form a tight circle of people, making it more difficult for the shark to attack one person at a time. Everyone should look directly at the shark, punch it on the nose if it gets too close, and make sure to stay together, since the first ones to get picked by the shark will most likely be the ones that drift away from the group. Number 6. Hammerhead shark. Sharks of the hammerhead species are terrifying to start with due to their strange shape of head, which provides them with a unique wide view and the ability to sense any heartbeat under the sand. Despite these horrors, many hammerhead species do not commonly attack people, because they usually keep away from humans. Thus, they attack when spearfishing is involved, or when they come across a diver by accident, and thus feel threatened. When it comes to getting close to the hammerheads, retreating slowly and carefully is the best option for you to follow to reach the safety zone without alarming the shark. Number 5. The Mako shark. Makos are the speed demons of the shark world. They can hit over 45 miles per hour. So, if a Mako sets its sights on you, your fate's pretty much sealed the moment it makes up its mind. Most times when a Mako goes after a human, it's because a fisherman has hooked one and then, for some reason, thinks it's a good idea to haul an enraged, top-tier predator into a cramped boat. That's about as smart as letting a bear into your kitchen because you managed to put a leash on it. Now, if you ever find yourself in the water with a Mako that's clearly not happy, don't even bother trying to outswim it. That's not your game. Instead, stay vertical in the water, back up to something solid, like a reef or a boat hull, and try to make yourself as small a target as possible. If it actually comes in for a bite, go for the eyes or gills. Still, if a Mako really wants you and you're out in open water, let's be honest, the best you can do is hope hard and trust your boat driver is paying attention. Number 4. The great hammerhead's bigger, meaner cousin, the bull shark. Bull sharks are known for being some of the dangerous sharks around, not because they are the biggest or the fastest, but because they appear where you don't expect them. Most sharks do not live in freshwater. Bull sharks can survive in it. People have seen them in rivers and lakes, and even swimming through streets that have flooded from the ocean. All of a sudden, that river nearby doesn't feel safe anymore. Bull sharks are aggressive. They fight for their space. They don't just bite once, leave. Bull sharks are famous for returning over. If one focuses on you don't waste time with actions, go straight for its eyes, its gills, or its snout. That is where you can do the harm. Your main goal is to get and reach shallow water or the land as quickly as possible. Bull sharks are not as strong when they are in water that's too shallow for them to move around easily. Number 3. Tiger shark. Tiger sharks are called the sea's garbage cans because they'll eat almost anything: sea turtles, even license plates, and sadly, people too. These sharks are big and calm, often gliding for a long time before they suddenly attack hard, leaving you with almost no time to realize you're about to be their next meal. If a tiger shark starts to circle you, don't panic and swim straight to shore. Zigzagging is safer because straight movement can look like prey and invite chasing. Don't hesitate. Meet the shark head-on, back up diagonally, and strike its eyes or gills the moment it makes its move. Tiger sharks can be so big that one good strike might not end the attack, so the best move is to avoid getting their attention at all, mainly by not swimming near river mouths at dusk while bleeding, even though it sounds obvious. Number 2. The great white shark. The great white is the shark that built an entire genre of trauma, responsible for more recorded attacks on humans than any other species. Mostly because juvenile great whites frequently mistake surfers paddling on boards for seals from below. This isn't malice, it's a simple case of really unfortunate silhouette design, which is somehow worse. If a great white approaches, the standard advice is to go rigid and stop paddling, since movement mimics injured prey. If it strikes, aim everything you have at the eyes or gills, since the body is essentially armored muscle that won't respond to a punch. Get to a board, boat, or shallow reef as fast as possible, and understand that most great white attacks are a single exploratory bite followed by the shark releasing and swimming off once it realizes you're not a seal, which is somehow the shark's version of an apology. Number 1. The short-fin mako's terrifying ancient cousin, reimagined. A multiple shark feeding frenzy. This is really scary. The kind of thing you do not want to think about. Imagine this. There is blood in the water. Everything is crazy. Short-fin mako sharks are everywhere. They are slamming into each other. It is total chaos. The ocean has become a place where anything can happen. There are no rules. This usually happens after an accident like a shipwreck or when someone is spearfishing and something goes wrong. It is very hard to think of a place to be. If you are in the middle of this situation, do not waste any time. Get out of the water as fast as you can. It is hard to fight off one short-fin mako shark. Fighting off a group of short-fin mako sharks is not possible. If you can see a boat or something to hold onto, swim to it fast as you can. Try to swim and do not thrash around. It is easy to panic. Moving around wildly just makes things worse. To a short-fin mako shark, wild movements mean you are hurt, and that just makes the situation more crazy. If you cannot get to safety away, find something solid to put your back against, like a wall, some rocks, or a boat. You want to make it hard for the short-fin mako sharks to attack you. Pull your arms and legs in tight. Do not leave anything hanging out. If a short-fin mako shark gets close enough to touch, do not hold back. Hit it in the eyes or gills hard as you can. You probably will not have time to hit it again. One thing, do not get hurt and start bleeding. If you are already bleeding, press on the wound hard as you can once you are out of the water. Blood in the middle of a feeding frenzy with short-fin mako sharks is like pouring gasoline on a fire. This kind of thing does not happen often. It is hard to predict, which is why it is so bad. In the end, your best bet is still the same. Stay on the beach, relax, and let someone else go in the water first.